House. I remember reading a notebook here. Ah, Link. Who are you again? It's me, Wortsworth, the ancient Hyrulean scholar you met at Lookout Landing. Are you curious about my findings here, Link? This is a picture of the stone tablet that fell from the sky at Lookout Landing. I managed to decipher the inscription on it using my notes on ancient Hyrulean I had in storage at this research lab. Here's what it says. One held the honor as homage to Kirin, Raru, and Quinsonia. Thereafter his sister and Princess Zelda. Her on dice great stand and dwell almost that which I make in ended meantime with the royal family. So much hero remembrance reserving for the strike of him on whom our hope estate. There's not much to go on, but you can clearly read the names of King Rauru and Queen Sonia, the founders of Haru. The name Zelda is clearly legible. The author finishes by saying that she will write about the royal family's daily lives in 13 segments. Certainly seems to be a royal diary left behind by a chamberlain or someone of equivalent station. The part that catches my attention is the third name mentioned, Zelda. There's no record of anyone by that name in any of the other texts we've unearthed so far. This is evidence that the name Zelda is much older than the princess. It dates all the way back to the Hyrule's founding. What's written here must be the start of the first-hand account of Hyrule. Did you notice the number 13? That means there are 12 more stone tablets to be found. How does he know there's not 14 and 15 and onwards? If a royal chamberlain really left these, it's an interesting perspective on the day-to-day life of the era. One which the history books don't mention. There's so much we could learn here of King Rauru, Queen Sonia, or even the curious woman named Zelda. 12 tablets remain. Fascinating. If you happen to find more tablets on your travels, get some kind of visual evidence on them and show it to me. I'll make sure there's a nice reward in it for you. Well, thankfully I already have one. Link, I can see the excitement on your face. Have you already found something? If you've tracked down a picture on a stone tablet, like the one at Lookout Landing, I'd love to see it. I'm going to show him a picture. Interesting. I'll get right to translating it. Oh, aha. Incredible. It's a first-hand Hyrulean history. Here's what the original text says. Sith Higher Founding has Hyrule switch Archibald, but that is only small moment of time. Minoru, the Kyorn's elder sister, says of his kingdom that hit Nimot, not Awaran, Abiot, not Evanforth first. Princess Zelda tells High that this is future be worked already. Between the two, if they make the Finden away this champion in that distant time to help him. I mean, truth, Sogdi, T to uprisen the temple of time into the sky to warden hit Onya's evil. I'll die then, so infer distant die, our kingdom might be saved. In mean hurt, why helpen Mot and the why ask of Minoru? Cons Yao dives the men's up to uprising in the sky they stain. Min words Isaiah night now, but they's memory safen of the royal family. Hey, in the sky of the future time. Ah, so King Rauru's older sister was named Minoru. This is unbelievable. The details are unclear, but essentially the Chamberlain trusted in Minoru and Zelda's predictions and wanted to help. She put forth the suggestion to Minoru to build a mechanism that could make her stone tablets float in the sky. Which I take it are the very tablets you found, Link. Incredible. In finding the fantastic devices they built to preserve these records, you fulfilled the wishes she wrote onto you. And it doesn't end there. If I'm reading this right, it suggests that Zelda worked with Minoru to raise the Temple of Time into the sky. The idea of the Temple of Time, a grand edifice built in that ancient era, being lifted to the skies to wait a hero. Trust me, that's what it says. Although, given the appearance of the Sky Islands after the upheaval, perhaps it's not so far-fetched as it seems. There are so many revelations here, my hands are trembling from all the strange, exciting ideas. And that's from merely reading an account long removed from the event. What must it have been like for the Chamberlain to live through it? Very good, and as promised, I have a reward. The thought of such incredible historical artifacts falling down all over Hyrule is so exciting. According to the stone tablet at Lookout Landing, we have 11 more to find. I have another picture? I thought I only had one. I'll get translating right away. Yes, I see. First-hand historical account. Here's what the original text says. Sweet, wondrous sight ye have building that ye con hit not justly be described. The temple of time ye saw, and our Londe ye held it risen to the sky, both fearful and majestic. As Princess Zelda told me in this town future comes a champion. In that place, the hope that Hyrule safen. For that champion be hit that this great stain inscribing. The king's elder sister, Minoru, sends though now this stain to the sky that the champion might have eriden. My head is spinning. I need to lie down. This is an incredible find. An eyewitness account for the Temple of Time floating up into the sky. It's a landmark discovery for the history of Hyrule. It may be one of the top 10 most important discoveries of all time. Even among all the breathtaking displays of power, we know from that era, to raise the land and its buildings into the sky, that was a feat impressive even to those accustomed to wonders. You can tell as much from this account. Zelda predicted that hero would appear in the land they raised into the sky and that he would save Hyrule. The Chamberlain took this on faith and wanted to know how she could help. So she inscribed these records on the stone tablets that Minoru set into the sky. Oh, I'm so overwhelmed that the tremors have gone past my hands and legs. My whole body's shaking. Excuse me. There is no way for a researcher to behave. I need to view these accounts as a historian and not get swept up. Very good. I thank you, not just with words, but with this as well. The thought of such incredible artifacts falling down from all over Hyrule, so exciting. According to the stone tablet, we still have 10 to find. A discovery this valuable deserves a special place among my records. I'll hang it up on the laboratory wall. Alright, let's go check out the laboratory wall. Where? Well, did you find a stone tablet? According to the stone tablet at Lookout Landing, we still have 10 to find. If you happen to find some in your travels, get some kind of visual, show it to me. Here's one. Oh yes, I see now that what we have here, a first-hand historical account. Here's what the original text says. So sweetie the song of King Rauru, and so gritty the beauty of his susteris dance, that were min eyes on eris captive. On so hendy, quen Sonia's gassen on us alle, so felt for I min herte aus captive fallen. Saranto's life don't moche laborsome, han mochi jollity as well. Longi be the life of the royal family, there is wireless so love so. This is an account of a party from those days. It says King Rauru and his older sister sang and danced together while Queen Sonia looked on. It's very interesting. We think of royalty as austere and reserved, but these nobles amused themselves with song and dance. But what a vivid recounting of a scene, never before related in any history book. The descriptions of their personalities and expressions make the ancient past feel alive again. This stone tablet is a first-class find. Well done. I'm positively beside myself to think of how this story from the ancient past persevered for so long to reach us today. Very well, as promised. Yes, I've got another picture. Oh yes. It says, Sonia, Quen to the Hyrule's king, be birth Hylian Prestercy, herself Ibon of Londi, nat sky aboven. Speaking she with open herte, honest to are Ewan even to the Zonyanai's king. The king thinky in the godly adventure so to learn of the Londis folk, to send his head why bent to the listening is switch pleasance. Oh, this one's about Queen Sonia. It claims that Sonia was a priestess before marrying Rauru. Despite his status as a Zonai, a people popularly thought to be gods, she would counsel him without any trepidation. Rauru heeded this counsel. Incredible! This account gives us first-hand knowledge of the nature of the Queen Sonia and King Rauru's relationship. Rauru found himself unexpectedly charmed by her strong will, and before long, they were married. That's a bit... That last bit isn't in the text, that's me speculating. Nonetheless, this is truly fascinating. Alright, next one. Okay, I see. Here's what the original text says. Off was Rauru, king of Kenblade. YV, his work, real in favor of the haunt. Und oft Quente Sonia, Quen of Kenne's insight, seek out him and repair his king to kingly business. In here, Sapient Semes, she diven that she can him ever findy, and for his folly Semes him the more humane. On the king, oh, he laughy. Net him here equal for here which he can. On the Quen, she laughed too, alas, even she scolded. Allow me to explain. It's actually a very enlightening story, really. I heard a few swear words in there. Apparently, King Raoul would vacate his official business from time to time in order to go out hunting. I had the impression he was a stricter, more serious king, but I guess he had a lighter side as well. However, Queen Sonia was always a step ahead. She would put a stop to King Raoul's hunts and bring him back. In some circumstances, you might expect this to have been a point of tension. But the tone here is much more playful. These royals were more relatable than one might assume. How fascinating. The king was late he come to this Avon, so make the queen to Sharon tales of here Lond, of shrines al Grene Iguan. Of early days since Hyrule's funding, have diverse monasteries here Rome besieged on assailed. Uncessant in strife, they brought to despair folks' life, and King Ond and Queen set themselves to bring in scourge to Endi. We might have light Ond Pore driven back Ibin and on the royal couple made the shrines to selling them away. There's holy Selenben eclept shrines alight. Great king, great queen, thank ye fought when we were maiden child, that's why Kude pest Toknuin. Yeah, that's a tough one. The subject here is the actions of King Raoul and Queen Sonia undertook not long after Hyrule's founding. With the kingdom established, they were worried for the people, so they set out to eradicate the monsters troubling them. They created structures called Shrines of Light to seal the monsters away. Oh. There's a story behind the shrines? So that they could never be revived. There's more about light and time too. The sense I get is that the two of them may have had supernatural powers. But as part of ancient history, it's a feat those of us living today should be grateful for. Truly an important discovery. Oh, it didn't seal monsters most of the time. It's thought of such incredible... Blah, blah, blah. Okay, next picture. Oh yes, I see what we got here. Here's the original text. Quente Minaru, the king's elder sister, falls so deep in her boats switch that she off voyages to Eton. In min wearied way done why that what much why con but why worth fur haven that in bend little avail. Of late treateth she of constructs thingies that she make with her hondies is as vessel for spirit when body lich failing. So said she, Mitch she living longer in spirit used within this construct. Though Minaru ne semes to holden any deceit be my faith, why can not else truth there's words believing. Here we learnt about Minaru. It says that she neglected to eat or sleep while making something called a construct. It was part of her research into the means of returning to life as a spirit, possessing a new body should her original one die. To you or I, this sounds like less like history, or more like a sort of a ghost story. But remember who we're dealing with. They may have had unfathomable powers that made such things possible. The revelation that Minoru has a fellow researcher makes her feel like a kindred spirit to me, and yet the Chamberlain who inscribed these stone tablets treats Minoru with such care and kindness that it warms my heart. Thank you, Link, and I haven't forgotten about your reward. 5 more. Full fun is the weather this morn and have the audience with Dios, Princess Saidben, Kin be for distant years to Quen Sonia. Begrass has she been given a name most sweet, of Zelda she being eclipsed. In certain folk stared suspicion for strange were here garments and Soden were her parents. Yet Walde here continence on bearing made proof of her right blood and bond to Quen Sonia. Ours be Zelda to remain in for a while with us. I will myself ours honch made offer again his service. This is a fascinating story. If my translation is correct, the Zelda described here as Sonia's distant relative. According to this, she arrived in Hyrule unexpectedly from another kingdom. It seems she was a beautiful princess. Her strange clothing perplexed the people of Hyrule, and many were suspicious of her at first, but this Zelda had such an undeniable air of nobility that those who doubted her was of royal birth were soon silenced. What a tale! So fascinating. This level of detail on individual people is virtually unheard of in texts from so long ago. I feel extremely blessed to be researching ancient Hyrulean in such times. Here's the next picture. Here's the ancient text. Princess Zelda recent comes to send Minoru the Kinjus elder sister iconic for here to Siruan. Today came hit a person that Minoru shewed to Zelda construct Althrogerstatus Evaf Izin. Zelda she much desired to on hit to Raiden on ni Connat Saiyan counts here stopping. Though I died protesting loudly. Near the lesser she made to sit high upon construct scolders on to ride it and out like an oars, our full of grace. Min Lausion of Grant already died grown all the more. The variety of tales on these stone tablets continues to fascinate me. Zelda apparently visited Minoru often to assist her with her research. No idea what kind of thing this construct that allowed people to write on was, but Zelda wrote on it so well that our author, the Chamberlain, was again impressed by her skill at everything she tried. That's the long and short of it here. More than the narrative, what strikes me is the back and forth between the Chamberlain and Zelda. Chamberlain tried to warn Zelda of the danger, but Zelda pushed her past and wrote the construct anyway. She wrote a construct? Which one? The Flux? It's short but so evocative of both the level of technology found in this era and the character of the visitor Zelda. The treasure found in these stone tablets is the pearls of wisdom, and nuggets of personality contained within. Ah, very good. As promised, I have a reward for you. Alright, we've got 3 more. My voice is breaking. These texts are hard to read. Passion no favorite garmentins, adorned with mischeren patrons on wid beyond day wern. This test for Mucheron com of the castless semester who sogty to sewn clothes for Princess Zelda to pleasen. This fashion Zelda told to the seamster where in here true home well loved. In her time word everation patrons of bright hues in the shape of Mecheron. Anon our Hyundai semester set herte on this patrons copian which sell to many happy personal. E setchis after some for min but one but neek wood nat and on offending. How curious. Now we learn something about the fashion trends of that era. The story's catalyst is the Zelda telling a tailor about the mushroom pattern outfits becoming popular in her homeland. I can't believe Cece made it to the story in the stone tablets. I went all that way to the Sky Islands just to get this story. And it's about Cece. Intrigued, the tailor fashioned some clothing in that vein and it caught on in ancient Hyrule. Are there remnants of Cece clothing from ancient Hyrule? Do you know Cece from Hatena Village? Imagine the look on her face if she were to find out. They say that trends go in cycles, but I didn't expect mushroom patterns to have been in fashion for so long ago. Her interest in fashion shows that there was more to her than devoted service. She was just like anyone else in the kingdom. Very good. And as promised, a reward. Be more. Hopefully I got everything. Of late, have you heard it told a strange lady walks around the castle in deck of night? She on Princess Zelda Semes Isles twins too, but this on nada ni light in here iron. More or less a dead thing than not. When she is asked about this walks Princess Zelda of that ben nothing remembered. What monster of spirit of darkness be this vision? So afraid I am of mean imaginings that I cannot sleep in. Okay, so this one is about the alternate Zelda, the second Zelda. That was, I think, actually just Ganon. My understanding of the ancient Hyrulean isn't perfect, but I know a ghost story when I see one. It's the first-hand account of ghostly or maybe corpse-like women who appeared each night looking just like Zelda. No matter the era, it seems people can't resist sharing good ghost stories. A bit like how there have been eyewitnesses accounts of our Princess Zelda in the newspaper, even though she's missing. Could our Zelda be a ghost too? No, of course not. There's no such a thing. As a believer in science, I should know better than to suggest some things. Please forget what I said. Very good, I thank you. Last tablet. It feels like these tablets fill in a little bit of detail between the memories. It's a little bit cool. But largely it's the same stuff. Wait, am I missing one? The final stone tablet I miss. I see. Haru's king, Sonia her queen, his sister Mineru, Aunt Eek Princess Zelda. Our whom you served and loved, our whom through Gugong, along curve there is words upon this stand. This stand on out 13. Oh, it's highlighted. That's the first highlighted one. Serving as royal family's record mean work final woeful for our age. Hang on, did the order actually not matter of which one I get? I have a feeling this is meant to be the last tablet no matter which way you get it. As opposed to, so he would have, because the tablet is actually unreadable to you, so it didn't matter which way, he would have given you an order anyway. I don't know. I wonder. I feel like this would always have been the last one. Alright, here we go. This then on our 13, serving our royal family's record mean work final, full wort for our age. Money the mark made be this much beloved people, some is seni, some unseen. When I make is a resemblance of here marks, fairly from of hope, though full small within me. Hit be else though this marks some gaunt design describing. I need Connat met Princess Zelda here love for here London. What more then ask ye can ye do for Hyrule's peoples? I wonder why probably is ask like I. Ask I can I do for the people. Let me in life lead me for henceforth and answer full worthy to this question. It seems this is the last of our records. The royals whom the Chamberlain served so faithfully were gone one by one. It's heart-trending to read. Heart-rending. I've never heard that word before. What's heart-rending, Pete? She's busy. Her pain comes across so clearly in her words. What's less clear from these entries is the cause of all these partings. Well, each new mystery is an opportunity to do more research. If I keep digging, someday I'll unravel it. Like the noble Chamberlain, I must do my part. Thank you, and Link, and I haven't forgotten it. 100? I finished it for you. You should give me 300 for the last one. The thought of such incredible historical artifacts falling down all over Hyrule was so exciting. Wait a moment. Wasn't this the final? Mm-hmm. Yes, we collected all 13. I can't believe it. Finally, I've translated the whole history of Hyrule. I'm going to need a moment, now that I've read all of it, well, to step outside of my role as a researcher. I'm deeply impressed with the author. I would very much like to meet her. If only the vast gulf of time didn't separate us. Who was the author? I can't recall if I've seen Mineru's assistant. I feel like there was one. Unless the author was a construct. But of course, collecting the 13 records on these stone tablets would have been impossible without your cooperation, Link. As honor recognition of you as an honorary member of the survey team, I want you to have this cloth. That was the final reward. Zonai survey team fabric. I'll tell you, Link, I have never felt prouder to be a researcher than today. To see all of this valuable data compiled on the research lab wall makes me almost overcome with emotion. That's it. It doesn't tie into any other main story. That was it.